And we're live. Hey, everybody. Hi, Kid Fox, Savalen, Lincoln, Audrina. Howdy, everybody. Yeah, it kind of took me a little bit extra to get everything set up. And you can see a little bit of it. There's like this garland. Actually, this was, it made its debut at Web Run Pet. And I wasn't able to get any pictures of it, but I was able to kind of stick it up here because we're celebrating the Feast of Pet. And so, and another fun thing that I managed to get on the altar. This is what took me a few minutes. Is I got this. This is a papyrus from the plant outside, and turns out they gave me a dwarf papyrus instead of a giant papyrus. But hey, it's
still papyrus.
Yeah, and it's I guess you can say it's a compact size. Yeah, so I got lots of great offerings and stuff because the OPET festival is a lot of folks really go all out for that, and it just really seems to bring out a lot of inspiration in people, and so I said, well, let's see what kind of stops we can pull out and just have a good holiday because we kind of need it. I think it's been a long and tough summer.
Absolutely.
And I tell you what, guys, I thought for a minute this morning that we might have a repeat of June when we couldn't broadcast because the power was out because there was a storm and the power went out for I guess 45 minutes or so this morning. But thankfully, the power came back on and we're here and it's all good. So. Sebekekaway and Heart of Perennial Growth, Tarot Cards and more. Okay, cool. Sounds like you've got a nifty channel. You'll have to tell us about it. But I'm glad everyone's here, and I guess we'll kind of give folks a few minutes to come in because I noticed that it tends to be a little slow to put out the notifications, but. Hey, Sarcastic. Yeah, if y'all can, do you need me to share the link or have you guys got the link for the Discord? I also saw that there was a request for a cookie because Love Deluxe couldn't make it tonight, so we'll pull a cookie for them when it gets to that time. So let's go ahead and kind of get things going and hope you can enjoy the extra decorations and things and the authentic foliage and stuff that we've got going on this time. One thing I was going to do, Darren, is see if I can turn down the fan a little. Let's see. There we go. That should bring it down a little bit so we don't have all of our fun little candles and the oil lamp and stuff like that blow away.
Right.
Yeah. So. And something else really cool. One of our viewers sent me a wonderful gift earlier this week. Some of it is on the extra offering tray that I've got here. Some mumble cookies, but also a hard copy of a very nice book. This is Adoration of the Ram, 5 Hymns to Amun-Ra from Hybis Temple. And Hybis Temple, that's in one of the oases. And there's a connection.
Nice.
Yeah. And see, there's a connection between Amun of Hybis and Amun of Karnak. And so there's, I've got a bookmark here for one of the hymns from here. We'll read it. I had used one that's in celebrating the Egyptian gods, but this has more. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, an appropriate gift, and we'll be sure to read it.
By the way, I wanted to also mention for those who may not realize it, that book is legitimate scholarship.
Yeah, it's part of the Yale Egyptological series, Egyptological studies, and you also have things like essays on Egyptian grammar, the Great Karnak inscription of Meron Ptah. Things like that. And so this is I think this was somebody's doctoral study, and they just took it and expanded it. But either way, like I said, I had a digital copy, but I always prefer hard copies because you can read those without worrying about batteries. You know.
So to the sweet soul that gave us all these beautiful gifts,
Mhm.
thank you. And I want to take a minute to say thank you to all of you for your love and support for me during this time. I really take comfort in your presence, your words, and your love. Thank you.
Yeah, and you guys have been super super sweet. And,
I love you.
okay, I know I have. Uh,
You are well loved.
Thank you.
okay, so we're gonna need some natron for this, and I'm also gonna need some oil, and of course I have plenty of it. It's just a question of okay, where did I stash a particular jar of it? So is that it back here? No, that's okay. Yeah, I was going crazy getting the decorations together, and so because usually I keep one over by Ishtar's shrine. I was like, okay, where did it go? But all right, just a second, and we will get everything started. It gives everyone a minute, to keep coming in and say hello to folks. Is that right now? Okay, now Heart of Perennial Growth says right now on my channel I'm doing timeless pick a card tarot readings. I've even got a set set. That's really awesome. Oh, I know. Amanda Barrett tells you there you're a good dude. So
Thank you.
yeah, and Kid Fox says we love you. So
Love you guys too. All of you.
yeah. So.
Little ones included.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I tell you what, I'm going to grab something. I'm going to step around you real quick.
Sorry, boo.
Now, can I get you to roll forward just a hair? Because otherwise I would be trying to climb over you. All right, hang on.
Okay, everybody. Now, before we get started, please put your best Egypt-themed dirty jokes in the chat.
What? Don't get too wrapped up in that.
Okay, mummy's the word.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Hey, we got to have our puns, right? Okay, this will work. So we have our ointment. All right. And what we can do later is we can turn the lights down. Once we have all the candles, we can dim the lights a little bit, and so you'll have like all the candles and then the Ramadan lights. Because they're above the frame in the live video, but they're when the lights are dim, you've got red and green and blue, and it really just
It dances.
yeah, it makes a very festive thing.
Yes.
So. There we go. All right.
On the ground.
Is that from a song?
No.
Okay. These cool waters are upon my hands, and they purify me, as Tefnut purifies me. Hail unto you, Anachir, the come unto you without falsehood and without evil. Our purity is upon our hands. Our purity is within our hearts. And we've cast out all evil that pertains to us. We are pure. We are pure. We are pure. We are pure. That's our story, and we're sticking to it.
That's right.
Okay, and I have just enough left in here. We can use that for anointing a little later on, because this is one of those major feasts. So I've got a slightly separate, slightly different program. A lot of it's the same, but we just add a few extra things. And it's funny. There's a book that I got. It's Ancient Egyptian Temple Ritual, and it's a scholarly publication. And to condense it into a couple of sentences, one of the things it says is, if you look at the surviving records that we have, there was a basic format, and they just expanded on that for festival days. What do you know? And so that's what we do here. And it's funny when you kind of get out of the purely abstract, and then you try to think about, well, how would this actually be done? It's not that far from what we do here. Come in peace, bright eye of Horus. Oh, come in peace. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus shines like Ra in the twin horizons, and evil hides in fear of it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus destroys the enemies of Ra in all of their abodes, till none remain.
Receive the light.
Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus comes to the four corners of the world, to everyone who is tuning in with us now and will be joining us in the future. This eye of Horus comes, and we are purified with it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
And we will light candles for our temple patrons, including the Oso Nisu Nekepuru Ra, Mafdet, who is our candle of the year, and Demahes, so that we may continue to have protection from the storms that are churning in the Atlantic and elsewhere, and Mama Sekhmet, protection and healing to those who need it. And let's see if I can get that. Come on. See if I can do it. Really? Well, I don't want to. There we go. Once. Okay. Now that we got it, I can actually bring it up to the camera. And hopefully air currents won't blow it out. But this is our sort of recon plate of offerings. We've got an oil lamp, of course, our terracotta jar of water, and our cookies, which include date cookies and pistachios. And I've got a few palm leaves in here. Oh yeah, that was something I was going to grab. Is our palm branch. We can get that in a little while. Here we go. So these are our extra offerings.
Now our primary plate's pretty cool too.
Yeah, that's true. We've got some things I picked from the garden, including a couple of okra and some basil leaves, some mint, and then our little pumpkin pie bites because
Yes,
those are coming into
those
season.
Are amazingly addicting.
Yes,
Crack has no chance.
crack's not as tasty.
Right. It's just not.
Yeah. So, okay. Oh, there we go. Oh, great in need of the gods who are in you new. Ra, in your appearance at the first time. Ra's twins, Shu and Tefnut. Geb and Nut, Lord of Earth and Lady of Heaven. Osir, Aset, Set, and Nebatat. Turn your faces toward us. Behold what is in our innermost. Our hearts are straightforward. Our hearts are open. No darkness is in our hearts. Hail and praise unto you, O Amun Ra, who came from Nun at the first time, for such is your uniqueness. Hail and praise unto you, O Amun Ra, who placed Hu at your left side, for such are the words you commanded. Hail and praise unto you, O Amun Ra, who placed Sia at your right side, for such is your great wisdom. Hail and praise unto you, O Amun Ra, whose Hika goes before you, for such is your ability. Hail and praise unto you, O Amun Ra, who rules with Ma'at upon your brow, for such is your righteousness. Hail and praise unto you, O Amun Ra, O Moods of Khonsu. Hail and praise unto you, O Yunishiru, you lords of love and lords of life. Grant us life, well-being, and health. May our eyes perceive your goodness, and our hearts receive your wisdom. May you shine upon us as you traverse the sky, that we may bring to you Ma'at and cast out his fet. May you guard us from the evil one through the dark hours of the night, your protection being before us, and your strength being within us. Imhotep, Amen Imhotep Nebuaset. Come in peace, Amen of the Opet residence, Lord of Thebes. Imhotep, Amen Imhotep Nebipet Resit. O come in peace, Amen of the Opet, Lord of the Southern residence. Imhotep, Amen Imhotep Kamyatef. Come in peace, O Amen of the residence, bull of his mother. Imhotep Amen Najara. Come in peace, O Amen, great God. And come in peace, O Mut, mistress of the two lands, mistress of the Asheru. Come in peace, O Khonsu, the very great. Khonsu, the firstborn of Amen. O come in peace. Take these, your cool waters, which are the inundation, that they may cool your hearts. O Yunachiru, these cool waters are the eye of Horus. Your hearts may be refreshed. Milk, milk, may you taste it in your shrine, and may your hearts be refreshed with it. We bring you this milk from the great flood, O Yunachiru, that you may be purified with it. All right. Something else I save for special occasions is a little bit of actual kefi incense that was made by another friend of ours. So we give you incense. Give you incense, great purity. This incense is the eye of Horus. Can you get it to light here? This one shouldn't need a. There we go. Yeah, it doesn't need a charcoal disc. So I don't think it does. Hang on. Or maybe so. Hold. Okay, I think that got it. Its fragrance is the eye of Horus. Its fragrance comes to you, cleanses you, it adorns you. It takes its place upon your hands. This incense is the eye of Horus. Its fragrance comes to you. Okay. Let me give that one more try. No, I also have some sandalwood. All right. Okay, maybe it does need a little something extra to keep it going. But tell you what, when I don't know if you caught a whiff of it when it was actually burning, but
it smells really, really good.
Yes, I don't know. She gave me the recipe for it, but
nobody makes it like she does.
Yeah,
it's some amazing stuff.
Yeah, but she's kind of gotten out of the doing the Kemetic, witchcraft thing. So,
but we love her anyway.
Yeah. All right, now I had set a piece of sandalwood in here. We'll just double it up with that. Because if there's ever a time for extra incense, it would be a festival like that. So. Because I knew I had pulled a piece out, and then I guess when I started piling up the other offerings, it kind of got buried. I will probably find it later. Like, there's our other piece of sandalwood. So here we go. There's a holiday. Double the offerings. This fragrance comes to you, it cleanses you, it adorns you. It takes its place upon your hands. This incense is the eye of Horus. Its fragrance comes to you. Now, this is your natron of Horus. This is your natron among the gods. It's your natron of Jehuti and of Horus. And receive this ointment, which comes from the forehead of Ra. And take this, your bread on which gods live. This bread is the eye of Horus, so you Nukshidu. Lift it to your faces and be at peace with it. including its produce of land. Lift it to your faces and be at peace with it. Okay. And our wine, actually in this case, an Angry Orchard hard cider. The gardens prosper and Hapi rejoices, overflowing with his meal. We fill the eye of Horus for you with wine, O Amun-Ra, O Yunachuru. Drink and be pure. The doors of heaven and the doors of earth are open with libations for you within this house. Your faces be refreshed with your libations, your wine and your water. That's interesting. Pure, pure is Amun-Ra Horeketi within his house. Pure, pure is Khonsu, fair face, within his house. Pure, pure is Mut, mistress of the two lands, within her house. Pure are the cause of all of these gods with this good myrrh that is given. Jehuti proclaims it. It is written in his house of sacred words. Hapi gives in abundance, thousands of offerings, all things good and pure, for Amun-Ra Horeketi, for Khonsu, for Mut, in every place that their immortal cause dwell. Come to your bodies, O Amun-Ra, O Mut, O Khonsu. Come to your bodies, O Yunachuru, and come to your invocation. Come unto us, your servants, who are mindful of your feasts and your offerings. Bring your power, your hika, your honor, and your ba to these your offerings, and partake of them. Come, O people, raise these offerings before the faces of these gods. Lift the offerings before Amun-Ra, before Mut, before Khonsu. All life comes from them. All health comes from them. All stability comes from them. All good fortune comes from them, as it has since the first time. O Amun-Ra Horeketi, and your son, the Oso Nisu Nebkapura, your foes retreat from you, and Horus turns himself to his eye. Turn yourselves to these, your offerings, and receive them from our hands. Okay, so I'm going to take this and scoot it over. There. So from the table of the gods to the table of the blessed dead, we light this candle, that it may be the eye of Horus that lights their way into light. And we pour these cool waters on the table of Osiris, that their hearts may be refreshed. Horekeru ta henket ka kau abdu se nachur merhat kutnibet nofra wabet anket nachurim and kau and aku pu nibu ma keru nibu ker nachura. A voice offering, bread and beer, thousand of beef and fowl, incense, oils, and all good and pure things on which a god lives, for the cause of all of these aku, all true of voice before the great God. Okay, I'm just gonna.
Well, there are no cookies tonight, obviously.
Oh no! I'm just peeking over here. I ate the Antichrist, so he has a great screen name, and Kid Fox says where they tasted. I ate the Antichrist is kind of gamey. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like a cookie too, by the way.
Alrighty, yeah.
Me too.
Okay, well, hold on. Those are going to be coming because we've got some other things to do. Okay, and Sarcastic said, who's that temple ritual book by? Hold on. I'll give you that in a minute. Zabalin has a sticker for Health and Healing of Janet Jurgens. And hopefully we said their name right. So we'll definitely include that. That book on temple ritual, let me pull that up real quick because it's right over here. There we go. I have lots and lots of things in here. Ancient Egyptian Temple Ritual, Performance Pattern and Practice by Catherine Eaton. Catherine spelled with a K, and Eaton spelled Eaton. Eaton. And it's put up by Rutledge Press. Rutledge Studies in Egyptology. So, yeah, and if you need the information on that again, just ping me on Discord and I'll spell it out. I actually decided doing. Well, I feel like it's indulging myself, but it's research, and so I got another book today.
No.
Yeah.
Fill your head with more correct knowledge about ancient Egypt. Shame on her. Man.
Well, I learned a long time ago you should never assume that you know everything or that you know enough because you never know enough. But, okay. So, because this is the Feast of Opet, and, you know, in ancient times, this was when the king would be reconsecrated as the heir of Amun-Ra. And so there were a lot of secret rituals that involved the rejuvenation of Amun and the king. And since we don't have the office of kingship anymore, this is a chance for us, of course, to honor Amun-Ra, but also to reconsecrate ourselves in honor of our chosen patrons. And so when we get to a point where we can have programs for ordination and things like that, this would be the ideal time to actually do those. And that's something that you know, I'm hoping that I can make some more progress, some definable progress on that the rest of this year. If some circumstances will favor us. Let's see if I can get this thing going. So what we're going to do is we will anoint Amun with the water and the oil that we offered, and then ourselves. There we go. You didn't happen to bring us paper towels, did you?
No.
All right. Well, don't worry about it then. that happens. Here, I'll use this. When you don't have a staff of Wab priests on hand, something is going to get forgotten.
Well, but I should have been that Wab priest. I'm sorry.
Well.
I shall return.
Oh well, no, I just grabbed this, so we'll make
something else.
If I need something, I will let you know.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So. Hail unto you, O Amun Ra, and to your need. We have come unto you, O Yunachuru, that we may see your beauty. For we know you, and we know your names. Behold, we have come before you. We bring you Ma'at, and we repel a Svet for you. Hail, O Amun, and take this oil, which is the eye of Horus. And Khonsu and mute. Let its scent reach you. Let it rejuvenate you. Let it cool your heart. You shall not grow weary of it. Or with it. And I think what I'm going to do is we'll use a little pine cone. Well, actually, this is a pine bristle brush to anoint with water. Hail, O Amun, and receive these cool waters, which are the eye of Horus. May they rejuvenate you. May they purify you. May they cool your heart, for you shall not grow weary with them. Hail unto you, O Yunachuru, in all your names and all your places. Place your consecration upon us. May you make it beneficial to us, and may you protect us from all evil. Receive us and place your arms over us, for we are your Shamsu upon this earth. May we be beneficial to you and to humankind, as you are beneficial to us.
For those who may not know, please define Shamsu.
Oh, Shamsu means a follower. And so you have the followers, like the followers of Ra, and actually there's a sign on Mafdet's candle that is it forms the word Shemsu. Now Shemsu is not there is another tradition that the Shemsu is a certain level of membership, but that doesn't count here. Shemsu is just you are a follower of something that's it's understood. There's no specific level up that you have to do. Bless you. Darren, you would be a Shemsu of Jesus Christ. So, and guess what we'll do is we'll use one of these cookies, because part of this is, and this is in a sense a communion, because we're partaking of the offerings. Of what shall we eat? We shall eat the bread which Renutet provides for us in the shrine of the gods. We shall eat of bread and partake of Ma'at. So, care for a cookie?
Yes, I would.
All right.
Especially those nice green ones.
Oh, well, do you like the blue ones?
Yes.
Okay. Not sure which flavor is which, but there's the green label and the blue label.
Well, there's varying levels of mint that's good, which is all of them. But my favorite are the green ones, which tend to be the pistachios.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my, those are so nice.
I don't know. Is it a pistachio or walnut in this? Okay. Tell you what, to make sure that I'm not chewing on something. Just a little something while I'm. Because I just didn't want to. I wanted to have a clear voice while I'm presenting my art instead of like Morgan was doing that last weekend. I love that kid to death, but somebody needs to remind him occasionally, okay, if you're sitting down to a meal, do not try to have a conversation and eat at the same time.
Well, you can just converse between bites, not during.
Right.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, he was saying something that came out like.
Well, luckily we had an AG bear in the house, which taught me to translate that years ago.
All right. And so now, we come unto you, O Amun-Ra, as Jehuti comes, our hands joined under Ma'at. Ma'at has come to be with you in every place where you are. An offering of Ma'at is made unto you, that your heart may be pleased and your Ka shall live. Truly, your need has Ma'at, for they know you live in her. Okay. The Aeneid says unto you, your word is law, eternally. As Fet is cast out by your word, rejoicing is yours every day. Ma'at has taken her place in your shrine. And may we always act with gentility and compassion, for such is the first Ma'at. May we always offer charity and hospitality, for such is the second Ma'at. May we always respect consent and fidelity, for such is the third Ma'at. May we always avoid violence and promote wellness, for such is the fourth Ma'at. May we always speak words of truth, for such is the fifth Ma'at. May we always promote the public good, for such is the sixth Ma'at. May we always act humbly and with temperance, for such is the seventh Ma'at. May we always honor our gods and respect others, for such is the eighth Ma'at. May we uphold Ma'at like Jehuti, that we may witness Ra's perfection every day. Okay. I'm going to read just a little bit from the book that I was given, and then we will go on to our cookies. But we have to give praise and thanks, because this was such a wonderful gift, and I said, I have to make sure that I read from this. And so this is something from Hybis Temple to Amun, and it actually reflects hymns that are also found in Karnak. So these were parallel liturgies. And this one is called Hymn to the Baz of Amun. You are Amun, you are Atum, you are Khepri, you are Ra. Soul One who made himself into millions, Tatenan who came about in the beginning. And that is a personification of the mound of creation. You are the one who built his body with his own hands, in every form of his desire. You are the great winged scarab within Nut, who protected heaven and earth in their entirety. while rising from noon within the primeval mound. The Agdoad, the eight gods, rise for him in jubilation when he appears. They, seeing by means of his manifestation, as Horus who illuminates, whose entire circuit is the fire of his eyes, having illumined the circuit of heaven with his great twin plumes. His daily course is successful, having already remained and endured. He will not perish for many millions of eternities, while sailing the heavens, while going through the netherworld daily, from the desire to unite with Osiris as ruler of Igaret, while renewing his body again within his shrine, so that the mother of his son Horus is pleased. His existence is his rising and setting every day, while he is in heaven, illuminating the two lands, who directs the living as he lives eternally. You are Amun, you are Atum, you are Osiris in the front of his left eye, in that which Jehuti restored. You are his disk during the night, whose births are renewed. Yes, and so the left eye is the lunar eye, and the right eye is Amun, Ba inside his right eye, and within his solar disk, in heaven during the day, Lord of cyclical eternity. You shall not perish eternally while rising and setting. So, I'm going to skip ahead a little bit because there's a lot here. And it's the kind of thing that, and because this book actually has the transliterated original, we might be able to find a way to work that into another Egyptian language hymn eventually. But just one more little bit here. He enters into every tree, with the result that the branches come alive. He makes the sky rage, and he stirs up the sea. It is only through his calming that they settle down. His voice is heard, but he is not seen, while letting every throat breathe. The one who reassures the pregnant concerning her children, so that the newborn which comes from her lives. Amun, the Ba of Shu, who travels inside a cloud, while separating earth from heaven, as he endures in all things, the life force from whom one lives eternally. And again, that's just a little bit of it. There are so many, interesting things in there. And what else is cool about it is talking about the eight gods acclaiming him at the rising of the sun. Anytime you see artwork of baboons with their hands raised to greet the rising sun, that's they're seen as a manifestation of the primeval gods acclaiming Ra or Amun as he emerges at dawn. So that's why you had all the major temples eventually developed these little solar chapels that had baboons around the corners because they're praising the rising sun.
Yes, that is an incredible invocation.
Yeah, and like I said, there's more to it. So that's going to be it's a little bit of work to do, but it's good work. It's fun work. And yes, and also our little song that we did last year for the Opet Festival, which the translation of it. Amun Ra, Lord of the thrones of the two lands, may you live forever. A drinking cup is taken. May the sky be smooth to the south. A drinking cup is taken. May the sky be smooth to the north. So the sailors of Nebkepru Ra, beloved of Amun Ra Kamitef, praised of the gods, may drink. And also something that there's a longer part of it that we haven't set to music yet, but in translation it reads, "Hail unto you, Amun Ra, primeval one of the two lands, foremost of Karnak, in your glorious appearance amidst your flotilla, in your beautiful feast of Opet. May you be pleased with it. A good drinking place is made for those on the ship of ships. The ways of Aku are bound up for you. Hapi rises high. You placate the two ladies. Lord of the crown, Horus, strong of arm. The goddess rode with her beauty, after Hathor has done wonderful things, for Nebkepra, beloved of Amun, praise of the gods. And so you can see historically where the king played an important part in that, but now is our patron saint. And actually, somebody had asked a question in a YouTube video about veneration of ancient pharaohs, historical pharaohs, and so that's going to be our October topic. So a little bit of a teaser for you there. But we had gotten some requests for cookies. First one that we're going to do, and what I'm going to, well, first of all, we get our table, and in honor of Moot, who shares the holiday, this was a souvenir bag from the New Orleans Museum of Art, because we went to an exhibit, Queen Nefertari's Egypt, last year, and this, if you can see it, is a statue of Moot, and she would have had inlaid eyes at one point, but now they're kind of negative space, but it's still very pretty. So Moot is part of the party too. So we'll start off with this cookie, which, again, one tends to just fall out, and as I'm loading up the basket, so I say, okay, that is our cookie for everyone. So if you happen to be tuning in after the fact, this one is for you. And it reads, success won't taste so good without failure as appetizers. Success won't taste so good without failure as appetizers. Now, the sense I'm getting from that is don't worry about things that have failures that have already happened. It's not saying you're going to, something's not going to work. It's saying that the success that is coming will be that much sweeter because of all the tribulation that has come before. Success won't taste so good without failure as appetizers. And Love Deluxe had asked for a cookie because, oh, shoot, hang on. Oh, dear. Well, I think we poured some cool waters on some offerings, whether we intended to or not. Move those things out of the way. I'm also going to take this this hard cider and set it over here. So it's technically still in front of the altar. It's just kind of off to the side. Now, for Love Deluxe, it's kind of interesting because I was expecting one to like hop over the side, and then it actually came from the opposite. So that may be part of the message. You're thinking it's going to be one thing, but it's actually something else. And the fortune. This is for Love Deluxe, so I guess pass this on. Never trouble until trouble troubles you.
Or as my dad would say,
don't go borrowing trouble. So yes, this is for Love Deluxe. Never trouble until trouble troubles you. And I'll just kind of tuck this over here. So in case we need to relay that to them. So, okay. Oh, okay. And come on, Nini, watching from work. Happy OPED. Oh, happy OPED.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, and we love you too. Okay, Luca has a question when you have a moment. I was wondering what materials the statues on your altar are made of and where you acquired them from. I'm doing research. Well, it kind of depends, because a lot of them are your standard resin statues that you would get from, various places. But a few of them, like a Mut is a carved stone figure from Egypt. Bast and Horus, I believe, also are. Uh, Now, what's really cool is I have an Anapu statue over here that's actually cast bronze, and a friend of ours, Jennifer, in another group, her name was Sahinipu, but uh, Anapu is her patron, and she had made this. Oh goodness, I guess sometime in the mid double aughts, and she gave it to me because she said, well, it didn't come out right. I think when they were trying to burnish it, there was something that messed up the surface of it. I looked at it and I'm like, I can't tell the difference. Beautiful. It's beautiful. So I have, two statues of Anapu, and one of them is cast bronze. And that's the kind of thing that if I ever really needed to clock somebody, if I had a good grip on that, took a step into it, they're not getting up. But
loose the dog,
Yeah, who let the dogs? Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a variety of things, and there is. I have a little figurine of Set, and it is about yay high, and I actually made that out of clay, an air dry clay, and then painted it. But they come from a lot of different sources, and now the cast bronze, that's something that was very expensive to do, and I think she managed to sell one or two, but because of what they were, most people can't afford, what it would take, to
Right.
pay for something like that. But
And then there's some that came from museums.
yeah, well, but those are all either resin, or again, there's artisan villages in Egypt that will make them, and they'll use it's not soapstone. I don't know what kind of stone it is, but it's something that they can carve, and making reasonably large numbers, and hey, it works. It's from Egypt. It's cool. So.
And some of them will actually carve alabaster.
Yeah, like these are carved alabaster, and again, also gotten at a museum gift shop. So yeah, and if you're a Kemetic, a museum gift shop is one of those places where you go crazy.
Where you're gonna lose a lot of money and maybe a little time.
Oh yeah, well, you can
it's
ask.
Not a loss of money if it's properly spent.
Right. It's just I have actually had my card holder text me on my phone and say, "Is this you spending X amount of money?" And I have to tell them, "Yes, it's me." Yes, I actually had that happen last year. Or no, that's actually
said, Darren, last time you said you could see dollar signs floating away.
But hopefully that answers your question, Luca. Okay, so and as for the cookies, Kit Fox starts, and then Heart of Perennial Growth, and sarcastic saying in case you really need Oedipus protection, yeah.
Yeah, hitting somebody with a solid metal object is really effective, I'd imagine.
Yeah. Thankfully, I've never had to do that. Hopefully, never will. But it's one of those things.
There if you need it.
Yeah, yeah. It's just mental note. If I need it and I'm here, yeah. But so Kit Fox, then Heart of Perennial Growth, and Amanda Barrett, and we'll go down the list. So, and by the way, thank you guys because I'm sure this is going to be a little bit of a long one, but thank you for tuning in with us and bearing with us. So that's for Kit Fox. Kit Fox, there are no limitations to the mind except those we acknowledge. There are no limitations to the mind except those we acknowledge. So rid yourself of self-imposed limitations. There are no limitations to the mind except those we acknowledge. Okay. And Heart of perennial growth. Heart of perennial growth. Focus your attention. Just 3 words. Focus your attention. That was quite a clear message. Okay, and so Amanda Barrett. Okay. Of course, the cookies going to get fortunate. Oh, yeah. Amanda. Faith is a law. I have a feeling that that's something that's going to click in your world and your experience. That it simply says faith is a law. And maybe something about having to make some kind of a concession. And this is saying no, faith. Something else is a rule. Well, no, so is this. Faith is a law. But hopefully that fits into the right place for you. Oh, by the way, something to look forward to later this month. There is a satellite, or there's this, a NASA space probe that's coming back, and the acronym name for it is OSIRIS-REx. It was sent to an asteroid that was in a kind of near Earth orbit. This was like a 7-year mission, and they had named the asteroid Bennu. So, and specifically after the heron, the Bennu phoenix, and it's going to be landing in Utah later this month, and they will be getting a sample from the Bennu asteroid to study. Then it's going to go back and it's going to go to another asteroid that we're not going to name, but the mission name will change to OSIRIS-APEX. So it's kind of interesting to see how they're using Egyptian mythology in an actual project that's going on. So
yeah, it's interesting. It's like a theme.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the OSIRIS is actually an acronym, but they put this together and somebody said, hey, instead of naming everything after Greek missions, let's do some Egyptian stuff. So cool. So all right, now we're doing Sebekekaway, and then Audrina Mystique, and then Zabelin. So Sebekekaway. Actually, it's going to be kind of close to where you guys are. And then they're going to bring the samples to Johnson Space Center, which is closer to where we are. But, Sebekekaway, you will soon achieve perfection. Sounds like good news. You will soon achieve perfection. And so, Audrina. Audrina, a pleasant experience is ahead. Don't pass it by. A pleasant experience is ahead. Don't pass it by. I have to stop and smell those roses. Okay, so Zabalin and then Thralon. Wow. Zabalin. Fear is the dark room where negatives are developed.
Fear is the path to the dark side.
Yeah. But what I love about this is it's kind of punny, but you know that puns mean so much more in Egyptian thinking. So, fear is the dark room where negatives are developed. So don't go in that dark room. Stick to digital. Okay, so Thralon, and then B. Okay, Thralon. Success starts with believing in yourself. Success starts with believing in yourself. Thralon, that was for you. And now for B. Oh, you got two of them. Okay, so here's your first one, B. When you feel defensive, examine what you fear. And that's the first one. The second one. Never give up until you reach the finish line. Wow. Okay.
Very interesting.
Yeah, so B, when you feel defensive, examine what you fear and never give up until you reach the finish line. I'm noticing a very strong theme with all of these.
Right, I am too.
So look within, examine those fears and doubts and those things that are holding you back, because it's time to let go of those and forge ahead.
I definitely get the feeling that they're talking to multiple people, not just one, when they're saying these things.
Yeah. Oh, and B was saying, the museum gift shop. When I went to the Smithsonian's in March, I kept staring at the little ancient Egypt section and getting so excited that I turned red. Oh, okay. And Gabriel tuning in, longtime fan of the channel. Christo Pagan, her love from Florida. This most holy nativity of the Blessed Virgin Mary. Oh, okay. Hey, you know what? I hope you guys got through Idalia all right, and we've got the candle for Mahes lit in part, for you guys as a prayer for protection because there's other stuff in the Atlantic. So,
right,
we want everyone to be safe.
Yes, we want all of our Gulf Coast neighbors to be safe.
Yeah, because we're part of that Gulf Coast.
That's
too.
right.
So, yeah. And I know I've got several viewers and some folks from Patreon that are in Florida. And
right.
I hope
we
they're all
love
right
you all.
too. Yeah. Yeah. So okay, so we got Frelo, we got Bree, now B, now for Sarana, and then Luca. Okay, and we got Love Deluxe, and so next would be Lee Roxy. Alrighty. And yeah. Isabel's, I think we've all been there in regards to the gift shop. Oh yeah. All right, so Sarana then Luca. Sarana, and prayers for progress and good news on your ongoing legal front. And Sarana, your fortune simply says, welcome change. Just 2 words, welcome change. Don't try to fight it, accept it. It will be for the better. Welcome change. So Sarana, that was for you. Luca. Yes, I was explaining to Morgan the whole joke with the song, and he's never heard it, so we're gonna have to educate him on that. So I was telling them, yeah, we have a viewer that becomes like the recurring music joke. But before you receive, you must give. So Luca, that is for you. Before you receive, you must give. And next is okay. So Lee Roxy, and then Anna. Come on in. So first for Lee Roxy for Discord. Oh, and Lee Roxy got 2. So here's the first one. Try to keep everything together here. When you have no choice, mobilize the spirit of courage. That's the first one. Now here's the second one. There is, in the worst of fortunes, the best chance of a happy ending. So to read these a second time, and this is for Lee Roxy on Discord. When you have no choice, mobilize the spirit of courage. There is, in the worst of fortunes, the best chance of a happy ending.
Push. You got this. Push, believe, do not falter, do not waver, believe in yourself.
Okay, and I feel like I have to add something here. And again, this is drawing upon our beliefs. It's at the bottom of the night that Ra merges with Osiris. That is at the depths of the underworld. That is at the darkest possible place. No one else sees it. No one else knows it. Think about that is the darkest of dark places. But that is where victory happens. That is where Osiris and Ra merge, and Ra is rejuvenated. Osiris is rejuvenated. At the end of time, those are the 2 that are going to be left. And when you have eternal life and rebirth, what does that mean? That means it's not going to be the end. It's just going to be the start of something new.
Right.
They will regenerate the universe again. It'll, a big crunch will turn into a big bang.
Right.
So that thing about think about that, and then think about what this says. There is, in the worst of fortunes, the best chance of a happy ending. So when you have no choice, mobilize the spirit of courage.
That's right. When you're at the bottom,
there's nowhere to go but up.
Nowhere to go but up.
So that's for Lee Roxy. Okay.
You got this.
Yeah. All right. So for Anna, come on in. That was kind of cool.
That one must be special.
Yeah. All right. And it says, Book lovers never go to bed alone.
That's a fact, yo.
Book lovers never go to bed alone. And I have a feeling for you that's particularly poignant. So, book lovers never go to bed alone. Okay. And now for Married Weapawet and Kip Fox and it's for Reese. Okay, yeah, that's your brother, right? And Marissa Wood for me. And oh, Vesper gave us a sticker. Happy OPET to all Tree Brownie wishes and Blue Lotus dreams. Oh yeah, Tree Brownies. We're talking about the dates. Yeah, so date wishes and Blue Lotus dreams. And Heart of Perennial Growth. Thank you for the service. Awesome. Yay. Okay, so. Um, and Lucas says, I saw the Osiris Rex launch in person. It was super cool. Oh, that is awesome.
Wow.
Yes. Oh, and Oracle says, I'm sorry I'm so late. Shouldn't happen going forward. Don't you worry about that.
We love you.
Yeah.
It's okay. We won't even spank you.
Right.
Just send you kisses.
Yeah. I mean, if you really wanted to be spanked, we'd have to talk about that.
No. That's fee-based.
Yeah, all right. Well, let's go. But Married Weapawet and then for Reese. Okay, there we go. That was for Married Weapawet. Okay. Married Weapawet. There is beauty in simplicity. There is beauty in simplicity. So I guess in case you were wondering, keep it simple. Okay, now Kit Fox asks for one for Reese. So pass on to them. When you have to make a choice and don't make it, that is in itself a choice. So pass on to Reese. When you have to make a choice and don't make it, that is in itself a choice.
Yes.
What's that song? If you choose not to decide, you still have made a choice, and it's by
Yes, it's a Rush tune.
Yes, yeah, and Darren hates Rush.
That's not entirely true.
Oh, really?
I prefer to listen to their live recordings.
Oh, their live stuff sounds better.
Their live stuff is much better.
Yeah. But yeah, this the song, and I will choose free will.
Yes. So Geddy Lee, if you're listening, come jam at my house. Thanks.
When you have to make a choice and don't make it, then that in itself is a choice. Okay. And then Marissa Wood. And then I'm going to scroll down. Make sure. Okay, Vesper must be out, but thanks to everyone. Happy OPEC.
We love you.
Oh, and Lucas says it was so loud. It was my first time seeing a launch that close up, and it changed my whole world.
I wish I could have seen I wish I could have seen the shuttle go.
Yeah.
Being a child of that generation, I wish I could have seen the shuttle go.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, and you're well. Weird story. Darren's dad was a cross country truck driver during the 80s, and he hauled the last load of rocket fuel to the Challenger, and was in a hotel room not too far away when it.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I met Commander Dick Scovey the summer before.
Yeah. When they were training at Space Center Houston.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's kind of a weird thing for us, but it's another of those things that if you're of that age, then just like people who are boomers, they talk about, well, where were you when the moon landing happened or this or that. Well, for us, it's do you remember when we lost Challenger?
Yes.
But okay, so Marissa Wood, and I think that's it. If anybody has any other requests for cookies, just let me know. So we'll get Marissa. Oh, wow. And that one was ready to come out and talk to us. And it says, no person will work for your interests unless they are their own.
Wow, that's a big piece of wisdom that we all need to soak in.
Yes. No person will work for your interests unless those interests are also their own, unless they are their own. So make it their interests too.
There has to be something in it for them.
Yes. So no person will work for your interests unless they are their own. Okay. Okay. And Mary Webwood says, I would love to see a rocket launch. It's on my bucket list. Yeah. Oh, okay. Serrano wants to know, would I also be able to have one for my oldest? Sure. And yes, don't forget to hit like, and got the link up to the Discord. Okay, Lucas says, I grew up listening to Rush because of my parents. Anthem was always my favorite song by them. So. Lucas says, I'm 35, so I wasn't even a zygote when the Challenger disaster happened. Yeah. Well, I tell you, the thing is, if you were a school kid in the 80s, we all were thinking that by this point we would be like commuting to space to work or something. There was this feeling that we were on the cusp of becoming a spacefaring society, and then that happened, and it's like, oh yeah, maybe not. And
you know what will let us know when we're going to become a spacefaring society?
Huh?
When some billionaire with not enough brains and too much money decides that he's going to launch a car with a dummy into space. Has that happened? Oh my God.
Yeah. Okay. But yes, for Serrano's oldest. Oh. Let's see what the tough thing for me is. What was really surreal was there had been a different lady astronaut who was doing tours, like going and talking to schools, and she had this demonstration where she had like a piece of the tile that they use on the shuttle, and took a blowtorch to it. And then, like, immediately after that, you could still go up and touch it because the material it was made of was supposed to, like, not get hot. And so that was demonstrating what, it was capable of doing. And so this was right, like, a few months before Challenger. So I thought she was one of the ones that was on it. And I was like, really? Like, oh, my God, no. And somebody had to tell me, no, that was a different lady.
Right.
But.
So did you actually get to see a presentation from Sally Ride?
No, this was actually, if I go in one of my notebooks, I have a notebook from when I was in 5th grade, and my teacher had written who it was.
Okay.
So if I go and look, I could look it up.
Just curious, because I was like, that would have been
cool. No, it was not Sally Ride. That would have really been cool, but. But yeah, anyway, when you think about, like, okay, being a kid, you're watching things like Transformers and GoBots and stuff like that, and then seeing, presentations from astronauts, you're like, that kind of puts visions in your head. Okay. So, Sarana, for your oldest. In the eyes of lovers, everything is beautiful. Do they have a boyfriend or
Or a
girlfriend? Yes. In the eyes of lovers, everything is beautiful. Okay. Well, we better get this going because we've been on here for a while now. But I guess in the far future of the year 2000. Yeah.
Yes.
So for those who remember that little bit.
Yes. If you remember it, you're old.
Actually, I will say this. To kind of cheer ourselves up because it's been kind of tough. You know, we're having to go down and take care of stuff for Darren's mom. And so this week we said, all right, let's have an Orson Welles movie night. Because thanks to, streaming, we can do that. And so we watched F for Fake and then Citizen Kane. And I tell you what, if you have never watched Citizen Kane, you owe it to yourself to drop $5. Actually, it's just four on Amazon to watch it because there were several points in that movie where we paused it. Darren and I looked at each other and we're like, "Oh my God, did this?" Orson Welles had to have a crystal ball somewhere because the 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 medium is different, but he's talking about things that are very relevant to our 24-hour news cycle world, and it was really quite astounding.
Right. And
without getting into any details, I don't want to spoil anything. I don't want to, suggest anything political because it's not. It's just keen observations about the world we live in, and this was 80 years ago.
Yes,
so
the movie was made in 1941, and I kept going, "Holy crap! He's talking about now."
Yeah. So that and of course, every shot in that movie is like, a still life in itself practically. So there's a reason why it's considered one of the greatest movies ever made. So you owe it to yourself to go watch it. But, okay. So now let us make our offerings endure. If anyone has any other requests, just put those up there. Okay, you had one.
I wanted one.
Okay. See, so Yamana, did you want one as well?
He did.
Okay. Well then all right, we'll do Darren, then Yamana. Huh?
Is he awake?
I don't think so.
Do his first.
Okay. All right, we'll save it for
Let him have blessings while he sleeps.
Okay.
His first, then mine.
Yeah, well, I guess Mama Sekhmet decided to scoop him up.
That happens.
Yeah, she'll do that to you too.
Not me.
Yeah. All right, so this one's for Yamane. And what I'll do is I'll set it over here and we'll catch him and we'll tell him later, hey, here's your fortune. Because it says, there's no greater pleasure than seeing your loved ones prosper.
We love you.
Yeah. Okay. And now, Darren, did you want to just grab yours out of here?
Nope.
Okay, you want me to do it? Same way as everybody else. Wait. I think you got two. Okay. Two for you. These are for Darren. And your first one. It is better to light one small candle than to curse the darkness. Now, second one. Perhaps something of a follow-up to this message. A light in the black? Or just the fear of the dark? Sorry, Iron Maiden reference. Okay. Be smart, but never show it.
Okay. No, I get what they're saying.
It is better to light one small candle than to curse the darkness. Be smart, but never show it. I suspect that's going to have...
That's a theme, and I have my own clues here.
Okay, cool. Alrighty. Oh, okay. Now, Adrena says if you've never read The Machine Stops, read it, especially if you like Orson Welles. The Machine Stops.
Okay.
We'll look that up. It's a book, right? Okay. Hail unto you, Atum. Hail unto you, Capri. You come into being upon the primeval hill. You shine forth upon the shrine of the phoenix in Unu. You breathe out Shu and Tefnut. May the giving of these offerings endure, as the name of Atum, foremost of the great need, endures. May they endure as the name of Shu, Lord of Upper Menset in Unu, endures. As the name of Tefnut, Mistress of Lower Menset in Unu, endures. As the name of Geb at the Earth's Ba endures. As the name of Nut in the shrine of Shenit in Unu, endures. As the name of Osir Kentiamentiu endures. As the name of Aset in Necheru endures. As the name of Sutek in Nubet endures. As the name of Horus in Pe endures. As the name of Wajit in Dep endures. As the name of Jehuti in Kamenu endures. As the name of Ra in the Akhet endures likewise for eternity. You have come in peace, O Ra, Amun. You have come in peace, O Yunachiru. May you go forth in peace, O Amun Ra. May you go forth in peace, O Mut, O Konsu, O Yunachiru, to every place your immortal cause wish to be. May you sail in joy in the Manjet bark, and rest content in the Sektet bark. And may you smile upon us, your humble servants. Okay. Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in with us. It's a little bit of an extra long one, but hey, we're celebrating a feast day. Before we go, I'm gonna see if I can bring the lights down a little bit. And
Wait, we haven't lit in the alabaster one.
okay, well, hold on. I think we still have kind of a nice effect.
Yeah, but I love the alabaster.
Alrighty, well, we'll go ahead and we'll light those.
They're my favorite.
Yeah, it is quite lovely.
Oh, hey, Yamano, we pulled a cookie for you.
Yes.
Okay, did you get it?
No, I did not.
Okay. Well, hold on.
No, he was having the meeting with Mama Sekmet.
Yes.
Okay, well, your fortune.
Surprised that happened to me.
Yeah. There is no greater pleasure than seeing your loved ones prosper.
Ah, good.
Okay, well, there we go. Hey, that looks really nice. Kind of got all the pile of cookies in the foreground, but
You know, we need to light our three ladies' candles. Four, excuse me.
Wait.
To the far right.
Oh, over here.
Yes.
Well, that's
Oh.
the that's Ishtar's shrine. I guess if you guys want to do that, we can. But yeah, make sure you hit like if you've been tuning in and enjoying everything. And so Lucas says, "Happy OPET and best of luck with helping your family." Happy OPET, everyone. Yes, so thank you for the service tonight. Have a great night, a blessed week. Yes, and a wonderful weekend. Celebrate this OPET. Give yourself some self-love. Enjoy your weekend. And,
We
lots
love
of
you guys.
yes, lots of love from us to you. And we will get together again next week and celebrate some more. So,
Sit empty.
yes.
Take care, everyone.
Okay. Oh, it's a novella by E.M. Forrester, written in 1909. It's creepy how relevant it is to today. Okay. Cool. So, The Machine Stops by E.M. Forrester. Tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and put that, just type that out real quick. So it's like a note to myself. All right. Good night, everyone. Thank you guys for being here. We love you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for sharing. See you next week. Thank you guys so much. You guys enjoy.